county national level at most festivals. And so we took advantage of that. We started our St. John's High School Percussion Ensemble. This group did rather well this year, and when we went to Nashville, they got the highest rating possible and came out first among those groups. So I think they actually surprised themselves when Mr. Pryor ranting and raving at them and saying that, they weren't any good and stuff like that, but they did all right. They really did. They're going to do two numbers for you, and they came to play an Oriental Mambo, our percussion ensemble. the University of Missouri State Jazz Festival, where they play sports in the States. They then went and competed at the Archdiocese Instrumental Jazz Festival in April, and then went to Nashville and received a silver rating, and also came out first in the jazz bands there. So this group has done very well this year as well. So ladies and gentlemen, our jazz ensemble.
Thank
I want these two gentlemen to stand up. Our piano soloist on that number was John Stever. And soprano sax soloist was Mr. Matt Wolf. She was also recognized as one of the two outstanding jazz soloists in Nashville this year. To her surprise, I knew she had won it because the officials came in and had to make sure they knew how to pronounce her last name and knew everything clearly. And so I think she deserves a big round of applause. This is Marian Haven. Marian is going to be featured on a number titled All the Way. Wait 1 minute.
Somebody loves you.
or kidnapped or what. But he is a brother of one of our sax members, and in fact is brother of our president of our band. We ran into a slight little problem halfway through the year that we had a change in personnel in the jazz band, and suddenly we were without a bari sax player. Luckily, Matt Signego at that point was standing out in the front of the school thinking he was going home at that point. I happened to pass by and say, Matt, come here, I have an instrument for you. And very nicely, he stood in there and came to rehearsals after school and really came through for us. And I can't thank him enough for doing what he did, because it meant extra time out of his schedule. And I know his elementary band director was thrilled to death that he was back playing again. And so what I wanted to do is I wanted to give him a letter and also thank him publicly for what he did. So if y'all would mind, give a big round of applause to our very secretary. The last number we're going to do for you is You Came a Long Way from St. Louis. It features two of our soloists. Senior James Signego on alto sax, and our piano player, Mr. Matt Wolf. You came a long way from St. Louis. Symphony Band, who's opening with Robert W. Smith, The Ascension from the Divine Founder. think they do a pretty good job. They get me to sweat at least, so I guess it's all right. The next number we're going to do is a particular piece that I'm very fond of. The composer that wrote this piece. He is a British band composer. The interesting thing about Mr. Granger is he was one of the first composers. He traveled up in the hills of England, and this particular number down Longford Way is a number that he got from folk singers. These singers, they were songs that had been handed down but never been recorded. And literally, he took a recorder back when the recorder was, I'm not even sure, it was pretty ancient at that point. He took that recorder up into the mountains and recorded these folk singers singing it, and literally then went back to adapt it to whatever ensemble he wanted to, and did not change a thing. If it was a particular harmony that they were getting out of it, he did that color. One thing that he was very fond of that gets an interesting sort of sound out of a particular instrument is the saxophone section. He uses the saxophone a great deal, and in this number he uses a soprano sax. And so we're going to perform for you now one of our contest numbers, Down Longford Way by Percy Granger. We're going to make one change in our program. Carl, you want to come on forward? The next piece, we're actually going to switch the comedy of errors with the spotlights. Fortunately, my first bass clarinet player has not had a chance to play on bass clarinet. He doesn't want to come out front and play a solo without doing a little warm-up. So he plays bass clarinet in this, and he'll come out and do his number. The next piece we're going to do is a new piece for band. It has been an honor every time I've been around this man to work with him. He constantly amazes me because he's never afraid to try something new. We've been honored by performing pieces that he has written for choruses. He's helped us out in last year several times in terms of liturgies here at school. And I got to meet him several years ago. In fact, my first year here at St. Dominic, I got, I don't know if it was the honor or I got trapped in helping with ICD's Easter Vigil. But it was quite it was enjoyable because it was a chance for finally to get the band members here that were members of that parish to start playing for big events, big liturgies that they had in their parish there. I believe this past year, Jane, you had how many of our band members? 9 or 10? Okay. They have steadily doing, I think they even use some alumni, so every so often they do get those. But the piece we're going to be playing for you is titled Come to Bear by Carl Lita. And last year we did a piece for the chorus at Christmas that Carl wrote, and after we finished that, I said, okay, Carl, great, you've done all this other stuff, it's time for you to write a piece for band. And Carl just laughed, just shook my hand, and just walked away. But he heard me, because it finally came around. We read this piece a while back, and when we did it, after we finished reading it, we made some sense of what was supposed to be going on from measure to measure. I asked Carl then to talk to the students about the piece. And correct me if I'm wrong or anything, but Carl, I'm going to say a while back, was approached about doing a script for, a music script for a movie. Unfortunately, for the movie's sake, it fell through because when you hear this piece, it's going to make sense to you. The movie was about a sort of bumbling detective. If anybody's familiar with Pink Panther, you're in the right sort of mind frame there. And so you're going to hear all kinds of interesting things that Carl has done, especially in our percussion section. And so it's become, after he explained it, everybody went, oh, now this piece makes sense. Okay. So again, picture in your mind a detective that seems to have luck by getting to the end or solving cases when he doesn't really know what he's doing. But again, this is a real honor. I thank Carl, when you set up, you have no idea. Okay. Is that set up? Okay. Just give me a second and we'll get him hooked up. He has to get a car horn out of this keyboard. So it's, like I said, you're going to hear some interesting sounds. But let me finish this and we'll play Comedy Bears by Carl Lita. section, and I think it was a lot of fun for them. I think I'd like to thank Carl again. Thank you very much. It's always fun to work with you. Before we play our last piece, a couple of things I would like to recognize in terms of our band. I want to recognize, first of all, our all-district band members. Those band members also are like our chorus members. They prepare music and audition and also play a concert with those that make that group. Our all-district band members were the following students. I'm asking please remain standing so we can applaud them at the end. Ms. Nicole Pruitt on French horn, who is also our outstanding freshman this year. Mr. Matt Hutchison, who is our outstanding sophomore in our band this year on bass clarinet. Mr. A.J. Pruitt on tuba. And this young man was the first young man, in fact, let me recognize him for all district on bass clarinet, Mr. Matt Wolf. Now I recognize him. Matt Wolf was the first band member ever here at St. Dominic to even try out for All-State, but Matt not only tried out, but he placed in the All-State band here, so I'm going to ask Matt to stand again for that. We do have two senior awards we give to band members, and the first one is the Patrick Gilmore Band Award. It's a runner-up to the Joshua Sousa Award, and that was won by our president and our first chair clarinet player, Mr. James Dignego. And the Joshua Sousa Award was won by Matt Wolf. Let me also recognize the next piece we're going to play. I approached Matt and said, Matt, would you like to do a piece? And it's kind of interesting. You don't find many pieces that are written for bass clarinet and band. I happened to go hunting in a music store here in St. Louis, and what do you know, a new piece had just come out. So we're going to be playing the first part, or the first movement of Spotlights on the bass clarinet with Matt Wolf as the soloist. to do a couple last presentations before we play our last number. As in our chorus, we already recognized the best section. Again, we also voted in the band for a best section as well, and I'm going to ask that section to stand if they don't realize they won it. It's also been on the plaque in the room downstairs as well, but our outstanding section voted on by the band is our saxophone section. I'm going to ask the seniors in the band just to stand up in their place where they're at in the band, and so that I can recognize them. I want to ask them as well to just stand and wait till everyone's been recognized, and then we'll do their applause. In our flute section is Jill Sebastio, Rachel Steve, Katie Count, Leslie Raines, in clarinets Mr. James Ignago and Paula Harkins, in bass clarinets Matt Wolf. In our trumpet section, Mr. Noel Inty. In our horn section, Ms. Chrissy Smith. In our euphonium, Mr. Jonathan Wessel. In our percussion section, last but not least, Mr. Alex Knoll, our seniors this year. Needless to say, without students like those and our students in our chorus, the things that have been accomplished would not have been possible. I could go on and on. We've got to write up in the program on how well these students have done this year. But I would like to share with you a letter that I received right after we got back from Nashville. And this letter is from my father-in-law. My in-laws came up to Nashville because it's halfway between Mobile, Alabama and St. Louis, Missouri, believe it or not. And they ended up meeting, and not to paint this ugly picture, but my father-in-law has been teaching college for now almost 30 years, and he's only taught that. He never has taught high school, and he is not a real big fan of teenagers. When I told him we were going to be there, he said, "Great, we'll meet you there." And I said, "Yeah, there's going to be 117 high school students with me." And he goes, "Ugh." And so, again, he wrote this letter, and I would like to share it with you. I've shared it with the students, but I think you need to hear what your children, his reaction to them. It says, "Dear St. Dominic's Chorus and band members, I expect you've all come down to earth by now after your trip to Nashville. The trophies are on display and everyone has seen everybody else's pictures. You may be tempted to think, well, we did okay, but no big deal. Well, it was a big deal, or it seemed like one to me. Let me tell you why. When my wife and I came to Nashville from Mobile, it was because Caroline and David, Mr. Pryor to you, would be halfway from St. Louis and we wanted to see them. It was a long trip from Mobile to St. Louis, and we can't get up there very often. David said I could come listen to the band courses, and I was excited about that, you can be sure. Also, I can take a few pictures. He's a photographer. I figured I could do the latter and put up with the former. Oh, and 117 high school students in 3 buses were coming. What a chilling prospect, but he assured me that we would survive. Well, it didn't take long after meeting you for me to see I was going to enjoy your company. The longer we were together, the more impressed I became. You were having fun, you were, weren't you, sort of question mark, but you were nice, polite, and considerate while you did it. Before I ever heard a note from the band or chorus, I was impressed. Then we went to your performances. I heard other groups, bands, orchestras first, and then choruses. They were from large schools with lots of money to equip them. They were good, and I wondered how a little Catholic high school could run with big dogs, as we say in the South. Then it was your turn to perform, and instantly I saw I had nothing to worry about. You were in your league. Your instrumental and vocal music was wonderful. You carried yourself well, and I know your parents couldn't have been more proud of you. I especially noticed that you all came to each other's performances and applauded and cheered one another. I also noticed that you applauded for other schools too, setting an example of courtesy that a few of them needed to learn to follow. Now, what really struck me was that you came so far so fast. Of course, I hate to read this, but he said that's a tribute to Mr. Pryor's ability and leadership, but most of all it's a tribute to you. And I agree with that heartily. It's their work, and I'm just lucky to be here. Over and over again, I saw how hard you worked and how well you worked together. I can believe that you practiced extra hours at school for no credit in some cases. Your performances sparkled and fairly crackled with energy. Your precision and organization as you played and sang were outstanding. You followed your conductor perfectly, and see by imagine you better knowing David. I was really amazed and didn't expect to be. I want you to know that someone other than your friends and parents were impressed by you. My wife and I really enjoyed your company and your performances. You are an impressive group of people, and your school must be as proud of you as we are. Sincerely, Dr. Michael Thompson. So, again, they've done an outstanding job, and I have enjoyed this year maybe more than I enjoyed last year. We had some good groups last year. Thank you for coming. We have one closing piece. This is our final number. There are 4 movements to this. I would ask if you wouldn't mind, don't applaud because of recording during this, and we would like to also invite you, if you would like. I'm going to need this after this. We missed out on our water balloon fight in Nashville. And so I promised the students that we would go out on the back lawn and they could get Mr. Pryor soaking wet. I will change out of this suit. I do have a pair of shorts and a t-shirt to get myself wet in, but I'm already there. But I'm going to enjoy getting a little bit of cold water on me as well. So if you want to pull your cars around and just sit there and watch a bunch of teenagers clown their teacher, here's your opportunity. Here it is. Thank you again for coming. I hope you've enjoyed it. We look forward to seeing you next year. And again, thank you for your sons and daughters coming to St. Dominic High School. It's truly an honor to teach them. We close with push up.